The construction of the Miloš Veliki Highway, the section from Pakovraće interchange near Čačak to the town of Prilipac near Požega, as part of the e763 Belgrade South Adriatic Highway, is one of the most demanding sections. Of the total length of the route, which is 18.6 kilometers, as much as half consists of tunnels, bridges and overpasses. This section, 30.9 kilometers long, is part of the highway from Preljina to Požega. The works were officially opened on May 17, 2019, in the presence of the President of Serbia, Aleksandar Vučić, near the Pakovraće intersection, which represents a unique entry gate to the Miloš Veliki Highway, whose geographical, strategic, security and transit importance for Serbia and the entire region is enormous. Stretching from north to south from Vojvodina via Belgrade through western, central and southwestern Serbia to the border with Montenegro, the Miloš Veliki Highway will connect important economic and social centers and put Serbia in an even better position in international transit. The 11.3 kilometer long section from the Preljina interchange to Pakovraće interchange was opened for traffic on January 30, 2022. With this, Serbia is one step closer to the realization of a decades-long dream, connecting the most important economic and social centers, safe, fast and pleasant travel by highway to the neighboring countries Montenegro and Bosnia and Herzegovina. At the beginning of the most difficult and demanding section for construction, from the Pakovraće interchange near Čačak to the Prilipac interchange near Požega, there is a great separated Pakovraće intersection. This trumpet-type intersection is located in the valley between State Road of 1st B category number 23, Pakovraće Kratovska Stena, and the Zapadna Morava River, before the ascent to the last tunnel. The connection and disconnection from the highway in the Pakovraće interchange is achieved by an overpass which allows vehicles to cross the highway. From Preljina to the Pakovraće interchange, 290,000 meters cube of excavation was done and 1,430,000 meters cube of embankment was constructed. 132,000 tons of asphalt mixtures were installed. More than 210,000 meters cube of concrete, as well as over 28,000 tons of rebar were installed in the bridges and support structures. The section from the Pakovraće interchange to the entrance portal of the last tunnel is 3 kilometers long. 6 bridges with a total length of 670 meters were built on this section, as well as 2 massive support structures. At the end of this section is the entrance portal of the last tunnel, currently the longest constructed tunnel on the highway network of Serbia. The entrance portal through the Jelica mountain is located in the town of Pakovraće. The tunnel has 2 separate tunnel tubes. The length of the left tube of the last tunnel is 2,842.5 meters, and the right one is 2,662.33 meters. The roadway width of both tunnel tubes is 7.7 meters, with 2 service lanes, 1.28 meters wide. The total usable width of the tunnel opening is 10.28 meters. The height above the roadway is 4.75 meters and 2.25 meters above service lanes. Structural characteristics of the planned tunnel constructions were such that the new Austrian tunneling method was applied, whereby the entrance and exit parts of the tunnel tubes were constructed in an open excavation. Total length for both tubes is 224.66 meters. In order to comply with safety measures, 2 cross passages for vehicles were built in the tunnel, niches for sheltering damaged vehicles, 1 in each tunnel tube opposite the cross passage for vehicles, 4 cross passages for the evacuation of passengers to the adjacent tube, evacuation routes in the tunnel tubes, IDS service pads, sidewalks, as well as SOS and hydrant niches at a distance of less than 150 meters. Ventilation in the last tunnel is longitudinal, and in both tubes is provided by 30 jet fans arranged in 15 groups of 2 fans each. Considering its length, the last tunnel is powered by 2 independent sources of electricity, the so-called double-sided power supply, as well as a diesel-electric generator that is designed to work in emergency situations. In the last tunnel, 4 substations are planned, 2 outside at the entrance and exit portal and 2 inside the tunnel. The exit portal of the last tunnel is located in the village of Vrtari. Due to the configuration of the terrain and a small overburden, the left pipe was extended by 140 meters from the portal slope, according to the tunnel construction technology in open excavation. Between the exit portal of the last tunnel and the entrance portal of the Munjino Brdo tunnel, section 4 was built. It is 7.3 kilometers long and, in addition to the tunnel, represents one of the most demanding sections. Due to the specific terrain, 12 bridges, 4 overpasses and 13 supporting structures were built on that stretch. On section 4, extensive works on the regulation of watercourses were also carried out, of which perhaps the most significant is the regulation of the Markovac stream. It intersects with the highway at 4 locations, and the total length of the regulation is 1,639 meters. On section 4, the most significant deep excavation works were carried out. The excavation depth is up to 25 meters. The total excavation quantity is about 650,000 meters cubed on the 500-meter length of the route. The 2 largest bridges on section 4 are the M15 bridge, 262 meters long, with over 10,000 meters cube of concrete and more than 1,300 tons of reinforcement, and the M28 bridge, 375 meters long, with over 15,000 meters cube of concrete and more than 2,000 tons of reinforcement. Slope stabilization works on the left side of the highway on slope K17, K19 and K21 were carried out. On these slopes, 675 piles with a total length of more than 6,700 meters were driven. Due to the narrow space and the configuration of the terrain, the real challenge was the transport of prefabricated girders that are up to 35 meters long and weigh over 60 tons. Before the entrance to the Munjino Brdo tunnel, the grade separated trumpet-type intersection Lučani was built. It is located in the valley of the river Bjelica, between the state road of second-day category number 181 and the factory Milan Blagojević, before the ascent to the Munjino Brdo tunnel. After the Lučani interchange, the highway passes through the Munjino Brdo tunnel, which has 2 separate tunnel tubes. The length of the left tunnel tube is 2,745.75 meters, while the right tube is 2,726.46 meters long. The width of the roadway of both tunnel tubes is 7.7 meters, with 2 service lanes from 1.19 to 1.24 meters wide. The height of the tunnel above the road is 4.75 meters. The design method of carrying out works in this tunnel is conventional and is based on a flexible primary support consisting of shotcrete rock anchors and steel ribs. The secondary lining is made of cast concrete. The parts that were carried out in a wide excavation are the entrance-exit zones in a length of 10 to 23 meters. Safety measures in the tunnel include the construction of 1 transverse passage for vehicles, niches for sheltering broken-down vehicles, designed at a longitudinal distance of 1,000 meters from each other, 4 niches in total, transverse passages for the evacuation of passengers into the adjacent tube, which are designed at a longitudinal distance of 220 to 280 meters, evacuation routes in the tunnel tubes, service paths and sidewalks, SOS and hydrant niches at a distance of less than 150 meters. Ventilation in the Munjino Brdo tunnel is longitudinal and in both tubes is provided by 22 jet fans, which are arranged in 11 groups of 2 fans each. For the power supply of the Munjino Brdo tunnel, considering its length, 2 independent sources were built. Double-sided power supply that is 4 substations each, 2 outside and 2 inside the tunnel. In the Laz and Munjino Brdo tunnels, 1,500,000 meters cube of material was excavated. 130,000 meters cube of concrete was installed in the primary linings, and in the secondary linings with invert and foundations, 200,000 meters cube of concrete. 35,600 tons of reinforcement were used, 36,000 meters cube of crushed stone aggregate and 51,000 tons of asphalt were installed. Both Laz and Munjino Brdo tunnels will have tunnel operational centers that will house the telecommunication and logical control devices of the central monitoring and control system. At the end of this section is the junction Prilipac, which represents the connection between 2 highways, e763 continuation to Boljare and the border with Montenegro, and e761 Požega-Kotroman. Until the realization of the highway e761 Požega-Kotroman, the junction will serve as a connection between the highway e763 and the state road of 1B category number 21, Požega-Arilje. Due to space limitations, the designed grade separated intersection is of bare type, and at this stage, the construction of only 2 junction ramps is planned: an outflow ramp from the direction of Belgrade and an inflow ramp towards Belgrade. When the complete section of the highway from the Pakovraće interchange to the Prilipac interchange is completed and open for traffic, it would take 1 hour and 45 minutes to get from Belgrade to Užice. It will connect Čačak, Lučani and Požega, as well as 2 districts, Moravički and Zlatiborski. The section of the Preljina-Pakovraće highway is particularly important for both export and tourism-oriented regions, whose foreign trade exceeds 1 billion euros and the number of registered guests is 1.2 million annually. The new highway route shortens the journey from Čačak to Požega from the previous 45 minutes to 20 minutes. Work is underway on the creation of a spatial plan and technical documentation for the continuation of the route from Požega to Duga Poljana in a length of 74.73 kilometers, as a part of the highway Miloš Veliki from Požega to Boljare, the total length of which is 107.5 kilometers. The Miloš Veliki highway will connect all significant road routes in the Republic of Serbia. At the Preljina interchange, the Miloš Veliki highway will be connected to the Moravian corridor, which is the future E761 highway in the Preljina-Pojate section, through which it will also be connected to the E75 Belgrade-Niš highway.